I'm just gonna get like $1 million in my bank account, and I'm gonna come home one day, and beautiful women are just gonna be lying naked in my bed, and like, it's just gonna be so easy. Like it's so easy. Like $1 million. That's it, man. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel where we eat foreign food and talk about overseas lifestyle. Here I have Yucy with me.
Hi.
Babe, what are we eating today?
Today we have bang bang ji.
Bang bang ji. That translates to bang bang chicken, y'all. It's like bang bang. So I think it'll be really good.
Yeah, it's also spicy.
Ooh, spicy. And they got like lots of peanuts here.
Yeah, they have a lot of sauce on it.
Nice. Okay, so today's topic we're going to talk about is something really interesting, because it's something I see all the time in the travel community. Guys are talking about, hey, you need tons of money to get women, or you need to be a millionaire in order to get girls. So like this is like a really interesting topic, because there is some truth behind it. Like having money can help you, but there also is like a ton of fantasy. So like, babe, let me ask you, when you see a guy, how can you tell like how much money he has? Like, how do you know the difference between like you're looking at a guy who's a millionaire and you're looking at a guy who's maybe only a thousandaire? Like, how do you tell the difference?
I can't, because it's not easy to tell if a person's rich just by his appearance.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can't really tell. It's difficult.
But what if he's wearing like all kind of designer brands and he's driving like a fancy Lamborghini car? Like, isn't he obviously rich?
It's obvious that he's using those stuff, but those things could be fake, because the thing in China here is that there are a lot of fake stuff. You can rent Lamborghini for pretty cheap, and you can also buy cheap fake clothes for big brand. So it's all of those things are easy to do. Okay. Yeah, and other rich people I know, they're very low key. Okay. They just dress very normally, and you wouldn't know.
All right. Yeah. So like, that's a big point right there. Like, the wealthiest people are usually pretty low key. Like, I have Chinese friends who come from like billionaire families, and like they don't even really dress very fancy. Like, they dress kind of nonchalant. They kind of blend in. Like, you would never know that their family has like billions of dollars, but they're pretty low key about it. And usually it's the people who don't have a ton of money who are trying to be like super duper flashy, like look at my new car and look at all the expensive stuff I bought, kind of stuff, kind of people. So
yeah, usually that kind of people are not rich.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, so like the thing about wealth is like it's pretty easy to fake the image of it these days. Like, for example, like here in China, you can like rent a Lamborghini for like maybe less than $100 a day. So guys without lots of money are driving around trying to impress women, like with their rented Lamborghini, and it's like pretty common here.
So do you think that could help guys to get girls?
Yeah, so like, actually, I don't think it helps as much as guys think it does. Like, the thing about having a car is that the woman has to see you in the car. Or, you have to be in a situation where you're nearby your car, or else it's not going to work. Like, you spent all that money on a nice car. When I was in high school, I drove like a kind of old school, like a 96 Caprice Classic. And it wasn't really super nice, but the fact is, like, whenever I drove up, people would look at me. And, like, it helped get some attention from women, but it wasn't, like, a big thing this car is the reason, like, women like me. Just, it was just, like, an extra thing. I know there are some guys who having a car is like their main way of attracting women, but really I didn't see it as an effective way. Like, even here in China, I've driven around in my friend's sports car. Like, I never felt like people are gonna really notice me. Like, wow, like it's gonna attract so many people to me. I just never felt that way.
Yeah, I just think Chinese people. I mean, I can't speak for all the Chinese people, but the people I know. The girls I know, they don't really care about money that much. I know a girl, her family is really wealthy, maybe billionaire. Like, her house is like a castle or something. Yeah. But she was dating a guy who's just a student, and he doesn't have much money, but they were still happy together. And she thinks they can work together to get money or anything, so she didn't really care. I think Chinese girls here care more about his personalities and if they match well. They don't really care much about money.
Yeah. And here's the thing, guys, like, China's a pretty developed country. Like, I feel like, based off what I know, the countries where maybe women care the most about money is like countries where women really need money, right? It's like if the woman really needs money and she's not able to like afford stuff, then she's more likely to go for a guy who can buy things for her. But if the woman is able to work, like in China, women can work and women can like earn money. So they're less, they don't need a guy's money as much as like a country where women don't work and can't earn as much money. So like in this kind of society, women are less likely to just choose a guy just based off money. There are women who do it. There is a percentage of women, but it's not as high as some guys think it is. Like you think like, oh,
I think it's very rare to see that kind of girl.
Yeah. Like,
all the girls I know, I don't know that kind of girl.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, like I think it's a lot rarer than guys think it is. Like unless you're going to like developing countries where money really isn't strong there and like where your dollar stretches really far, I think in most developed countries, a woman, she kind of just wants a guy who can make like a working salary, like you have enough money to pay the bills and just do normal stuff, relationship stuff, like take her out to eat and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think like women, they need to have like first class airplane rides and this kind of stuff that a lot of guys think they do. This was damn good.
It's good.
Gotta order from this place again. Like one really annoying thing about here in China, like the guys with the nice cars, they like to park like their car kind of like in the middle of the sidewalk. And I have this on video. It's happened a few days ago, but it happens all the time in front of my building because we live right at the intersection where guys like to drive their sports cars. So like pretty much all the time I see guys, they try to park their car halfway in the middle of the crosswalk so people have to walk around the cars just because they want attention and they want people to see their car. Like, it's just so silly.
Yeah, but for me, I never noticed. I just thought maybe they suddenly stopped. So that's why I think a lot of girls don't even care.
Yeah. Like, it's funny, the stuff that us men think that women pay a lot of attention to, like we're lucky if they barely even notice. Like, I think in high school, like, or middle school, women, like, they pay close attention to the guy's shoes. Like, I remember hearing girls say, oh, look at his shoes and this kind of thing. I think shoes is something women pay attention to, like the details of a man's clothing. But a lot of this other stuff, like, like having like super ripped body, like having muscles helps, but like at a certain point it's like women don't pay as much attention to it past a certain level. So like as long as you have like a decent body shape, women are going to be satisfied. You don't need to be like a supermodel with like 8-pack or whatever. You don't really need that because most women aren't going to pay that close attention to it. So the thing is, guys, women don't automatically know how much money you have in your bank account just by looking at you. Like women don't have like x-ray vision where they can just see like inside of your bank account, inside of your wallet. They can kind of guess based off your clothing and maybe the car you drive. But even then, a lot of stuff is just so easy to fake that women don't really know 100%. Like this guy's a millionaire. Like women don't know that. So it's like a fantasy I see playing out in the travel community where some guys think like, I'm going to get like $1 million and women are suddenly going to start acting different. It's like, it doesn't really work that way.
Yeah.
All right, babe, so I got $1 million in my pocket. What's the first thing I can do to help me get a beautiful woman? How can I use that money to help me get women?
Oh my god, babe, what's that bag? It makes you look so rich.
Wow, really? Well, it's my TravaLux toiletry bag. You don't need to be a rich man to have this bag, but if you got this bag, people might think that you're rich. Because when you're traveling around the world, you want to look your best. And when you look your best, people are going to think, wow, this guy, he's doing things, he's going places. So the TravaLux toiletry bag, y'all, it's really good for holding all your travel essentials. And it's great for daily life use. So go luxologylifestyle.com, get your bag, y'all. We're shipping these things out. I want to see lots of happy people flying around the world, looking great, looking fancy with this leather bag. Woo, look at this leather. Premium leather.
So comfortable.
Yeah, high quality, so fancy, right? Yeah, y'all go to luxologylifestyle.com, get the bag.
Yeah, guys, go get it.
Yeah. I got $1 million in my pocket. What's the first thing I can do to help me get a beautiful woman?
But money can help you guys do some things together she likes. But I don't think that has a lot of big difference than you just talk to her and attract her by your personality, by using your personalities. Or I think girls care more about chemistry and yeah.
Well, wait, but I got $1 million in my pocket. Shouldn't that just like work? Like, women should just like,
No! Money can't buy anything. Money can't buy everything.
It's not about buying it. So I'm saying like I have $1 million in my pocket. Doesn't that make me more attractive? Like if I go up and tell a woman like, hey, I got $1 million.
First of all, I think a normal girl would just think you are monetizing her. And I would just think that's stupid, and then I don't want to talk to you anymore. I mean, even if you have $1 million, then what?
Okay. All right, fair enough.
That would be my attitude.
Okay, fair enough. If you got $1 million, and I hear guys in the community, like, they never really talk about the whole process of, like, okay, you're rich now. Then what? Then how are you going to use that money to, like, get women? Are you going to, like, go around telling women that you're rich? Are you going to, like, try to buy some cars to show off to women? Are you going to, like, go buy some, like, nice watches? Like, what are you going to actually do with that money to help you get women? That's the thing that they never really answer. Like, I feel like unless you're dealing with, like, escorts or prostitutes, you're not going to have a chance to just directly use that money to, like, get women.
You can't just buy a woman.
Yeah, it's like you can't, like, just walk up to a woman and be like, I have $10 million, like, now.
Yeah, I think people would get offended.
Yeah, a woman, like, and the thing is, though, like, guys with money, they know this. Like, they've tried this before, probably. Like, I know lots of guys who have money, and they tell me that it hasn't really helped with women the way that a lot of guys think it does. Like, because when you have money, you got to work. So you're spending all this time working to make money. You don't have time to go out and, like, go on dates with women and all this kind of stuff. So, like, one of the things that I've noticed that women really want is they want a man's time. And if you don't have time to give her, maybe she wants your money, but, like, even then, like, a woman's not going to stick around, because if she's an attractive woman, believe it or not, guys, there are enough wealthy guys out there to where a beautiful woman, she's probably had a guy offer her money for sex before. Like, it's not so big of a thing that you guys think, like, whoa, I'm a millionaire. Like, she's never met a millionaire before. Like, if she's an attractive woman, there's a pretty good chance that some guy has tried to tell her, like, hey, I'm rich, like, you want to be with me kind of thing. And it's not as uncommon as some guys think it is. Like, it's actually, in China, it's super common.
Actually, I experienced that. Some guy just asked me on Instagram, oh, hey, I got this car and I got this much money. Can I just take you out? And I just refused because I just think that's stupid.
Yeah. And, it's just... It's not uncommon, guys. Like, if you're living in a developed country where people have money, it's not rare as you think it is. Like, it's super common, actually, for guys with money to try to use that money directly on, like, normal women, and it doesn't work as well as some guys think it does. So, like, there are some guys who think that I'm just going to get, like, $1 million in my bank account, and I'm going to come home one day and, beautiful women are just going to be lying naked in my bed, and, like, it's just going to be so easy. Like, it's so easy. Like, $1 million, that's it, man. Guys don't really seem to think about, like, the logic behind that. Like, it just doesn't work that way, guys. Like, unless you're directly going out for escorts, you're probably not going to have that situation where you suddenly get a lot of money in your bank account and women are going to be magically attracted to you, unless you suddenly, like, change up your style and maybe you become more confident and, like, you, like, improve yourself in that way. Then like, that's, like, when women will start to take notice. But, like, just having money in your bank account isn't going to magically attract women to you. Like, trust me, like, I've seen, but there are lots of guys in the nightclub who are way super rich, like, especially here in China, and, like, that doesn't mean that a woman's going to be drawn to them at all. Like, I've seen women reject guys who are millionaires for guys who are broke. Like, I don't know this weird fantasy that seems that men have, like, okay, the rich guy is always going to be the guy who gets the girl. Like, that's not the situation at all. I've seen so many situations that the complete opposite of that.
Yeah, I think if you have that much money already, you can use that money to improve yourself. If you are like, if you're not confident enough, or you don't have skills, or maybe you don't have nice shape, you can use that money to help you to get more confident and get more skills, so that you will be more attractive.
Like, you know, basically use that money to invest in yourself, and that investment is going to pay off a lot if we're talking about getting chicks.
Yeah, and also that's a long-term thing. But if you only have $1 million in your bank account and you don't know how to use it, and don't count on it that it can just help you with girls automatically, because even if you get girls, that girl would just want your money, you know, and maybe she would just stay for a short time, and then she's gonna find other sugar daddies. Yeah, like basically, like if you don't know how to talk to women, like the women that you meet are just gonna like use you for your money, and then like they might even take your money and go spend it on some other guy. Like that happens a lot, where like the woman, she'll meet a rich guy and like she'll take advantage of the rich guy, and she's spending his money on some other guy. Like believe it or not, like it's the crazy world we live in, and like having money does not give you all the power in a relationship. Yeah, so pretty much like overseas, like assuming that you're in like a developed country, and even countries where it's not super developed, you might be surprised like the average woman isn't really super excited about being a prostitute or being an escort. So like if you have this fantasy that you're just gonna come over here with lots of money and like you're gonna be able to get almost any woman you want, that's actually, you know, you're in for a rude awakening. You're gonna find out that it doesn't really work that way. I don't know if it works that way anywhere in the world. Like, you know, maybe back in the ancient days, like back in ancient times, like, you know, thousands of years ago, maybe like the king could do that kind of thing. But I don't know if like just a normal guy with money has that kind of power. Really, like honestly, like the easiest things you can do if you want to like increase your ability to attract women is just fashion for one. I think that's a really big thing. Fashion seems to have like a really big effect on attracting women. Your fitness, your health, and like, you know, like maybe having like some hobbies or something like that. Yeah, hobbies, and also I think one thing is important, that taking care of her and showing that you like her and show that you want to spend time with her. Yeah. And take care of her feelings, emotions.
Yeah. Being able to understand a woman's emotions will pay off way more than trying to get like $1 million, I think.
Right.
In terms of like getting women and keeping women. Because you also, like, once you get the woman, you got to know how to keep her. And if you don't know how to, like, you know, manage the woman and, like, understand her feelings, that money, like, you know, I saw an interview with 50 Cent. He's, like, a famous rapper today. And he was talking about, like, even though he's rich, like, you know, he's still, like, there's certain things about a woman's emotions that he just, you know, doesn't
understand.
Yeah, like, it's just, like, dealing with it isn't really, it doesn't become easier just because you're rich. Like, it's still gonna, you still have to understand how
they still need to deal with it.
Yeah, like you have to understand how to deal with other people. Money doesn't really take that away, it seems.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching today.
Yeah, this topic's, you know, I think it's kind of controversial because it kind of goes against what a lot of guys in the community seem to believe. But I'm sure that some of you guys out there who have money, or even you guys who've been overseas who don't have tons of money, you've experienced that you're able to get relationships with women without needing to be super rich. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this topic because it pops up all the time, and it's like a big fantasy in the community that I really just want to speak on. And maybe some of you guys might disagree, and you can share your opinion in the comment section. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and I look forward to, you know, seeing your opinion on this.
Yeah, this is all for today. If you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.